Good to be with you guys. We're here in Lake Jackson, Texas today with Congressman Ron Paul. Thanks for being with Motorhome Diaries today.
Good to be with you.
So before we get started, I just want to give a heartfelt thanks to you for the all you've done for the freedom movement. I know, I think it's fair to say without question that you've helped inspire and get more people active in the freedom movement than anybody around today. So thanks so much.
Hopefully we helped a little.
Yeah, and even our own Adam Miller here behind the camera, he credits you and the ideas you proffered during the campaign for getting him off the couch and involved with us. So it's been great. So I guess I kind of want to get started. I have an idea how you got involved with this movement. I think it was through the Foundation for Economic Education. You started to get some resources, but I'm curious to know, like, what resources would you point to for people new to the ideas of liberty?
Under today's conditions?
Yes.
Oh, there's so many. I mean, the internet is the main source of so much of this material now that wasn't available to me in the 1950s and 1960s. So that was the time when, once I discovered there were others who tended to agree with a natural instinct, which I think we all have. I think we all start off with wanting to be left alone and we have our freedom, but then we're brainwashed into believing that we're oddballs. But when I discovered the Foundation for Economic Education, which was Leonard Reed's group, I at least could communicate with them, and I could get books and things that way. But today, you know, there are so many. I depend, for the most part, for books and things now when I'm getting people interested to get hold of the Mises Institute.
Right on. Yeah, we hope that we're going to get out there and visit with them in a week and a half. As libertarians, we pride ourselves on being like intellectually honest and rigorous and using reason and logic. So I want to ask about your stance on immigration, because in '88, you know, I did a little digging and I saw that you said, you know, there shouldn't be any immigration policy, but then now, or at least during your campaign, you know, you advocated for border security. So my question is this, like, why allow for the government to step between a business owner and a customer, or a property owner and a tenant?
Well, I think you got it mostly right, but I remember back in '88 I would make the statement that I thought a libertarian society might be a more closed society than you would suspect, because all the property would be owned, and therefore you didn't have the problems of this mixed deal where everybody owns everything. They own the schools, they own the medical system, and you can't even get on a highway. Everything is government. So therefore, just to say that everybody has free access to it complicates things. And you take our hospitals and all here in Texas, they're actually closing down. So it's a really mixed deal. So I think there should be some orderly approach to this. It's less than perfect, but I had this question asked me just yesterday at a Chamber of Commerce meeting, and half the Chamber of Commerce people want more workers, because even under today's conditions they don't have workers. The other half want to build walls and barriers. We've only had one vote in the Congress on building a fence, and I voted against that, although I have supported enforcing the laws so that the institutions like medical and education aren't overrun. But it's far from perfect. But I think otherwise we have a mess. But ideally, you know, I think the freer the movement, the better. If we had, and this is what I told the Chamber of Commerce, if we had a truly free market economy, we'd be begging for workers. I mean, there'd be so much of a demand, and right now, we still, I favor it, but I do support the idea that that we wouldn't have just totally open borders and people coming and going and causing a greater economic problems, because not only would a few hospitals be closing, I think all the hospitals would be overburdened.
Why not then attack the welfare state as much as you do the warfare state? I mean, like the What If video that came out based on your speech you gave on the House floor was, I think, to me, one of the most powerful videos I've ever seen, and I think, you know, hopefully causes a lot of you know, more conservative-oriented people to question their stance on, you know, on use of military
power. I think I attack them both because I vote for neither one.
Right.
I don't vote for any appropriation bill, so I vote against all the appropriation. But I think it's a tactical mistake. Our problem with constitutionalists, libertarians, and conservatives, good conservatives, are that there's no compassion. So every once in a while, conservatives decide in the U.S. Congress, well, you know, we're spending too much money and we got to send a signal that we care.
Right.
So they cut child health benefits. That to me is crazy.
Right.
And that is why I talk about cutting the warfare, which I consider more dangerous than taking care of children's health.
Right.
You know, if you're over there bombing like we are in Pakistan right now, that to me is so much more dangerous, and I'd be willing to cut enough from overseas spending to cut the deficit,
right.
and deal with convincing people that health care can be delivered in the marketplace better, but do it all at once. I think it just compounds our political problems. So it's a strategy problem with me. I just don't go out attacking poor people. Besides, when I went to Washington, I thought all welfare was for poor people, food stamps. But that's peanuts.
Right.
That's peanuts compared to the military-industrial complex, and just look at the bailouts. Most people now have really have fallen into accepting this sort of the populist approach now, because they see that when push comes to shove, the bankers get bailed out and the big business people get bailed out, and they retire with billions of dollars, and that's just
right.
that doesn't make any
Totally.
sense at all. So,
Totally.
but I think if we're not careful, we lose the political. We can be 100% right, but you're not going to convey an attitude that people sort of open to us that we do care about people. Because it is true, if everybody cared about themselves and took care of themselves and had not a drop of generosity, the world would be pretty good.
Right.
But believe me, it's not the way to win friends. And because I happen to personally believe that we should care about our fellow man.
Definitely.